Hi, you guys. I am following Jesus Christ's calories in, calories out weight management program. You guys have got to check out the website myfitnesspal.com. I am down to 130 pounds today. Actually, I was surprised. I went and weighed myself on the scale, and yesterday, for the past 2 weeks, I've been logging in all my foods and my exercise, and my I'm averaging about 1,350 calories a day intake, but I I lose about 116 of that because I walk every day. Anyways, here I am at 130, and I'm telling you, I've noticed something really interesting. Um, when I go out for my walks and when I look out the windows, like I've got a bit of an allergy headache right now. I think this is a pneumococci headache because I see pneumococci clouds. I've been seeing them for the past couple days, and I've had a bit of a headache. But what's interesting is it appears that the shield that Jesus Christ is putting around me has gotten stronger by obeying the Gail commandments. And I'll have a link to the Gail commandments underneath this video. But I suspect that I've been hearing brain to brain, and I'm not sure if this is accurate or not. I've been hearing brain to brain that when I obey the Gail commandments, it makes the shield around me get thicker and larger. And my men tell me that as a result of obeying the Gail commandments, the shield is expanding in size. Like before, it originally was around the size where it covered the Melbourne, Florida area where I lived. Then it expanded out to the whole state of Florida. And then it's expanding to the southeastern United States, which means it's expanding out. And what's really funny is in my devotions right now, I'm reading about the Ten Commandments and how Jesus took the Israelites out of Egypt and how the Egyptians chased them and Pharaoh was stubborn. And I was thinking, are you trying to drop me a hint in my Bible readings, Lord? It's like, um, so actually making this video is part of obeying the Gail commandments. So anyways, look at this. This is Jesus Christ's weight management program. And I don't do really heavy waist exercises because I'm too busy, but I do real easy ones. And I have a link for the exercises that I do at my health page, and I'll have a gabrielchana.com/health.html. I'll have a link for that underneath this video. But I suspect there's some truth to that because as I read about the Israelites leaving Egypt and going to the promised land and how God fed them manna, and they had to obey the Ten Commandments or else the Lord wouldn't protect them like he did. And he he literally destroyed the Egyptians as they tried to go after the Israelites to prevent the Israelites from leaving Egypt and obeying God. And it's like Zach Knight kind of reminds me of Pharaoh in that he is chasing me and trying to keep me from going to the promised land. The promised land would be my marriage to Brett Spiner and to be with my men. But I was just thinking, my men tell me brain to brain that the shield is getting thicker and expanding, and apparently Zach Knight and Satan have figured this out. It's like, and Jesus told me in my last conversation with him, I was saying, boy, it appears like having he said that because of your King David and Catherine the Great genetic profile, he said, you've got a really hardcore mind, Gail. And when you believe something, it can actually bring on physical symptoms. So I believed I was allergic to all these salicylate foods and everything. And he said, your mind is so hardcore because of your genetic profile that it can bring on all these symptoms and you actually feel them in your body. He said, your mind is more hardcore than most people's minds are. I said, well, it sounds like, Jesus, that having this genetic profile can be a curse and a blessing. And he said, Gail, he says, you have no idea how powerful your genetic profile is. And he says, he told me you're not ready to hear about it right now, but he said, you've got a pretty powerful genetic profile. And I think I'm getting a clue to this because I noticed that when I first started following the Gail commandments, Zach Knight didn't like it, and he dropped a bunch of pneumococci around me. It gave me a horrible headache. And then a couple days later, the symptoms went away, and I didn't see any of those strange-looking Nukaki clouds out in the sky. So I thought, oh, it must be that that shield that is around me is getting stronger because I'm obeying the Gail commandments, and it's causing all these Nukakis to ricochet. And I'm hearing brain to brain. I don't know if this is quite accurate, but I'm hearing that Zach Knight's been shooting Nukakis. It hits the shield, then it ricochets and goes back to the Jesuit ship, and that they're suffering some casualties from trying to attack me. But apparently Zach's getting desperate because Satan and Zach have figured out that because of my genetic profile and because I'm obeying the Gail commandments, the shield is getting stronger and wider. It just keeps getting bigger and bigger. Now, if this is correct, that means if me and my men, apparently it's contingent on me and my men obeying the Gail commandments and getting as many people out there as possible to also obey the Gail commandments along with us. And the more people who follow the Gail commandments, the stronger the shield around me goes, and it gets wider and wider. Just think, imagine what would happen if the shield, which is connected to my genetic profile, which protects me here in Melbourne and those who live around me from Zach Knight's Nukakis, and I believe it kills Jesuits too. I believe the shield is designed to enforce my conspiracy law. It's because it's an extension of my genetic profile. The shield is part of me. And when I honor my King David genes and honor God by obeying the Gail commandments, the shield gets stronger and bigger and thicker. And right now, the reason I'm feeling symptoms is I've been told brain to brain that Zach Knight has shot up to like 1 million or 2 million Nukaki over here to try to destroy the shield. He's noticed that it's getting stronger, and he's getting worried because if the shield keeps getting bigger and stronger, eventually it could cover the whole earth. When that happens, that means no Jesuit is going to be able to live underneath that shield and stay alive. I'm not sure how the shield works. I could be wrong, but they can't stay alive underneath that shield if they're up to no good. I think the shield will just knock them out. I can tell I'm still surrounded by Jesuits, so like I said, I'm not sure about this, but folks, the Gail commandments are underneath this video. I have a feeling, I'm going on my intuition here, my gut feeling, but my feeling is that if we all try to obey the Gail commandments, the shield will get stronger, and eventually it will cover the entire earth. And can you imagine what's going to happen once that happens? Once it's part of my genetic profile. The shield is an extension of me, and he's shooting all these. I see all these clouds. It looks like he's shooting like thousands upon thousands of Nukaki clouds in the sky, and they're like hitting different layers of the shield. He's trying to break the shield, and that the problem is I'm following the Gail commandments, and every day that I follow the Gail commandments, the shield gets stronger and bigger and wider. Like I hear right now, it's covered the whole southeastern United States, and it's kind of extended for me. So if I keep obeying the Gail commandments, it's going to eventually cover all of U.S. and Canada maybe. Then it's going to extend out over the whole world. The repercussions from this is rather exciting to think about. I could be wrong, but it certainly never hurts to obey Jesus. So Jesus said for me and my men to follow the Gail commandments. So I'm encouraging everybody, let's all follow the Gail commandments to the best of our ability. And I have a feeling that the Gail commandments cause my genetic profile to strengthen, causing the King David shield to strengthen. You know, Jesus Christ is from King David, so anything that's got King David genes in it's going to be powerful. So we all need to follow the Gail commandments. We're going to get the shield maybe out over the whole world. What does that mean? It might mean the downfall of the Jesuit order. No wonder Zach Knight's trying so hard to knock that shield down. He's already figured. Zach Knight's thinking, oh, brother, that shield around her is getting stronger and bigger, and we're throwing millions of Nukaki, and we're able to give her some symptoms, but we can't get through the shield, and we can't get those Nukakis to hit the ground. So they're kind of like hitting the shield and kind of falling down, and some of the semen's kind of oozing, and I'm getting some symptoms, but the shield's getting thicker. So he's having to dump more and more Nukkake. And anyways, guys, I think I'm onto something. I mean, I have symptoms, but it's not as excruciating like as it was a week ago. The Gail commandments. Let's all follow them and see if we can get my shield to strengthen and cover the whole earth. Now, what's going to happen then? Who knows? And right now, the Jesuits are making a ton of noise. They're having somebody out there. They know I've been making since I've been following the Gail commandments, I don't waste as much time and I have more time to make my videos. And they don't like that because I'm going gung-ho on my audiobooks and the truth is getting out and Jesus is being honored. Whenever truth is honored, Jesus is honored. So let's obey those Gail commandments and defeat the Jesuits. Oh, this is for after 2 weeks. Jesus Christ recommended myfitnesspal.com to Terrence Jenkins, and Jesus said that he said that at night when we sleep, we breathe out water. So in the evening, you're going to have like water weight gain. He said, don't worry about that. It's kind of like you take several measurements, and if you take it without clothes on, that's the most accurate because clothes can influence it. You take several measurements during the day and remember, and just kind of get an average of all the measurements, and that's where you're at. So I weighed 130 pounds this morning. And other days I weigh 132, so I'm probably in the 131 range. But, that's pretty good. I was 140. I'm eating a balanced diet, making sure I get the right amount, a balance between the proteins, the carbs, the sugar, sodium, fats, and making sure I'm getting a little bit from each group. And so I'm not, but I'm just eating, I'm making sure I stay below 1,350 every day. So, but I eat a balanced diet, and it's saving me money on groceries and helping me to stay. Here I am now after 2 weeks on Jesus Christ's weight management program. He recommends the website myfitnesspal.com. And anyways, let's all obey the Gail commandments and see if we can get my shield to cover the whole earth. I wonder what will happen when that happens.